minority have just moved from minority to majority. In fact, the people of Ghana voted for the NDC majority, but if not certain machinations, this should have happened from day one of this parliament. But you see, finally we are here. We are here to do the business of the people of Ghana. We are here to begin the process to reset our country. Our country has gone through very difficult times. In fact, oftentimes, they have blamed, the people of Ghana have blamed Parliament for not standing up for the people of Ghana. But obviously, we can't blame the NDC minority because we were not having a working majority. Today, we have the working majority. We will begin the process to reset our country. We want to use this opportunity to assure the people of Ghana that the NDC majority will stand for the people of Ghana any day, any time. We will begin the process to move to the majority side and elect a new second deputy speaker on Tuesday. We assure the people of Ghana that we will also take over majority of the committees of parliament. We will do the work in a way that will benefit the people of Ghana. We have gone through so much as a country, and this cannot continue. Thank the Speaker for standing with the people of Ghana, respecting the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, respecting precedent and the standing order of the people of Ghana, of the Parliament of Ghana. You know, all of this, we thank the people of Ghana by standing for standing for Ghana. Thank you very much.
Honorable Blackwell, I mean, in terms of the practicalities of this, what do you expect to happen in the next few days? If you can
so over the next few days, we are going to engage in consultations within the party. Our party will have to nominate someone to take over a second deputy speaker. So those consultations will begin in earnest. And then we also have to reconfigure the committees of parliament. We'll have to take over majority of the committees. Remember that the committee leadership is done according to a formula on who is in the majority. So the leadership will have to change because there are some committees that is clear who the chair must be and where the chair must come from in terms of who is the majority side. And then in terms of the actual membership of committees, remember that the formula is based on the numbers. So the membership of committees will also have to change. We will now have to become majority in the various committees. So all of these consultations are going to begin in, and it's going to be a very busy weekend. We're going to consult with our flag bearer, consult with the functional executive committee of our party to nominate somebody to be second deputy speaker. And then we'll begin the processes of also nominating the new chairs and the new leadership of the various committees. So a lot of work to do, but ultimately we want these few weeks before
also go back to Parliament for more reactions on this seminal ruling by the Speaker there, which has rendered 4 seats in Parliament as vacant, meaning that the minority, which about 30 or 35 minutes ago were in the minority and now in the majority, which is the NDC, because they have 136 seats as we speak, with the then majority, the MPP, which had 138, having now 135 seats in Parliament. Quite interesting development there. Evans, we have Rashid Rahman on the line, but you were making a point. Complete that point and we'll join.
Point, I mean, in terms of the implications of this, part of which we've just heard Okudiza Blakwa talk about, there are a few major issues that needs to be resolved. One of them, obviously, is what happens at the second Deputy Speaker's position, because he's one of those people caught in this particular earth-shattering decision as announced by the Speaker. That's a former MP, Andre Siama, who until 30 minutes ago was the second Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Now, his particular case, if you look at the Constitution, it appears pretty clear-cut, because remember that he got into Parliament as an independent candidate. The Constitution says, Article 97(8) says, you vacate your seat if he, that's a member of Parliament, was elected a member of Parliament as an independent candidate, and joins a political party. And so what has he done? He's been in Parliament as an independent candidate. That's how he was elected there.
Yeah.
The members of the constituents voted for him as an independent candidate.
But Evans, remember, he was the same person whose ruling that Speaker Michael Quaid did that served as precedent for this ruling.
Yes,
in
because
2020,
he says that
in 2020, he was in Parliament on the ticket of the MPP. And then having felt that he was cheated, he went to run as independent. Then the party petitioned the speaker that, well, this party has run independent. He's over our party now. So his seat was declared vacant. So this is the second time his seat alone is being declared vacant. Quite interesting.
Very interesting indeed. But on the face of it, he should have known that if somebody had raised this matter, he was going to be caught in this particular web because he got into Parliament as an independent candidate. He's now crossed carpet to the MPP.
Yeah.
Because we know that in Fomena, he's now the parliamentary candidate for the MPP. And so for him, it's very clear-cut. And the lawyers who need to chip in here, I've heard a lot of legal opinion on the subject, but on the subject of the other three, you have the 97G, which says that, of course, you vacate your seat if you leave the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to Parliament to join another party. That's the first part. Yes. Is that what has happened in this case? No. They haven't left the MPP to join NDC, PNC, so no. But the second part, or seeks to remain in Parliament as an independent member. The three of them, are they seeking to remain in this Parliament as independent members? That is where I guess the question is. Because the other side, one side says, yeah, they want to remain in this Parliament as independent candidates, right? But the other side says, no, but they want to be independent candidates in the next Parliament.
Yes.
That is, if they win this particular election that they're now seeking to contest as an independent candidate. So that's where, for me, the gray area is. And that is why we've seen that Afenyo Makin has gone to the Supreme Court to seek an interpretation to this particular clause in the Constitution.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court obviously will have the final say on this. How quickly they can sit to deliberate on this matter, considering how big it's become, for me, is the big subject. Because remember, a few things will happen. You have, for the very first time in our history, and this is one of the bigger things here, for the first time in our history, you have an executive president who belongs to one party, and you have a parliament that is controlled by the opposition party for the very first time. And depending on how quickly the Supreme Court has a final say, because if the Supreme Court then decides that, of course, what has happened to this is unconstitutional, you expect that the status quo will revert to type. But depending on when they sit, between now and December 7 is a long time. But we have to also look beyond December 7 because this Parliament's life only ends the midnight of January 7 into 7th, right? So this is monumental. You have the 2025 budget that will be read. This will have implications for So what is government business now? Who's going to run the government?
Well, they've indicated.
You have the majority leader, who normally we say is the leader of government business in Parliament. Now he's from the opposition. So is he still going to be the leader of government business? Of course not. Is he going to be the leader of opposition business? Which I believe is what is going to happen because the NDC now will have their own agenda on a number of things they want to do, to prosecute now. And then, of course, the question then becomes, now they have the power to do a lot of things, right, in Parliament. But we also know, well, whatever bill you pass in Parliament has to go to the President for assent, right? So we're going to have a very interesting next few months up until that. And so really, if you're just joining us and wondering, what are we talking about? Our democratic architecture tonight just changed.